Just looking at the main map of the game, I don't see anywhere we need to go other than the church. Nothing else is striking me as interesting, apart from the tree perhaps. There was one bit of dialogue that the Count mentioned amongst his lore dump, which made me think of this tree. Something like the werewolves were granted power or something? And that made me think of this tree.
A healthy... There's
got to be something we can do with that. Just the way it stands out on the background is way too sus. Alright, so we are back at the church.
Trees. The church. A beautiful... These windows have been boarded up. You can see inside when you look in the window. The church...
Are we just going straight inside? I don't think we have a choice.
Your heart beats faster and faster as you push on the handle of the church door. It opens, and you nervously step inside.
Open it a crack, peek in the windows, do something. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's utterly terrifying. We're most likely dead.
A large tapestry now adorns the wall behind the altar. The image on the tapestry bears a depiction of some kind of ceremony or ritual. It is somehow reminiscent of the room you are now standing in. You see a book sitting on the altar. It appears old and worn. The crucifix has been removed from its original place of prominence and now leans at a careless angle against the wall.
Was that on the wall earlier? I think it was.
You look over the book. It is a journal written by Lowolf, head monk of the Church of Kalima. Flipping through it, you see a paragraph with a name you recognize.
Wolfhowl. It is frustrating, as always, dealing with Count Kaldor and his ilk. He is just like his father, perhaps even worse. He insists that Kalima can be pushed forward to enlighten the peasantry. Can he not see that this path leads to ruin? How can the people retain their moral goodness if their minds are filled with knowledge of the wider world and all of its sin? Have I read that before? I don't recall that.
You turn a few more pages and choose another interesting-looking paragraph.
You read the book, but you're not reading this. I am quite convinced that Kaldor is so blinded by his so-called vision for Kalima that he cannot see the folly of his intentions. And yet he is the Lord of Kalima. To publicly refuse him would create confusion and anger in the people. I am a man of patience, the greatest gift his grace has granted me. Perhaps time will settle this young lord's idealism and grant him sense in the process.
The journal largely contains many entries of similar types and of daily matters of a monk's life. You are about to replace the journal where you found it, but your eye catches a most peculiar passage.
As opposed to all the others. Oh god. A wonderment was discovered in the forest this night. The spirits of the wild, long thought to be only of legend, appeared to us and saw fit to grant my brethren and I the most blessed of gifts. Such power we now have. Our forms can be abandoned in favour of any other, and I am bound to be their leader, their most powerful. They are bound to me, inextricably. The spirits have made promises of greater things to come for us. Oh, it fills me with such longing. The endless possibilities. What we will achieve with our abilities. I am restless. I must leave for a time. The moon is full, and I feel the urge to join my pack as I run. Perhaps we shall hunt. We'll hunt, whatever. Perhaps we will kill. My mind is now clear, and I know the path before us. It is a path that shall lead us to greatness, and it will begin with the destruction of our nemesis. But now, I no longer have the patience to write. I must run. I must hunt. I must...
The passage ends abruptly. Though there are many pages left to be written on, it is evident that the final passage was written a number of years ago. How strange. You replace the journal, putting it back where you found it.
I don't think we learnt anything there.
Evidently, someone stands at the center of the symbol, as you can see some hair on that part of the floor. There are 8 candles placed evenly around the symbol on the floor. You do not know of their purpose, but you suspect they weren't used for carols practice.
Jesus.
There are a number of brown robes on the floor, similar to the one worn by the monk you met earlier.
I don't know what those were, but I did not think they would be robes.
You have no need for a robe. Besides, it seems to have a lot of hair on it. You'd get a skin irritation.
Can I break the circle?
You already have a candle.
Fair. Is that something there?
An odd assortment of stones, trinkets, even bones are spread out around the candles. Apparently, they were part of some ceremony or ritual. You aren't eager to pick anything up from this floor.
If I stand in the center, will I die? No.
It is a collection box. This collection box is for money and valuables.
This isn't a real church. You can loot the box. It's fine.
Though you would like to see the crucifix restored to its rightful place within this church, it is too heavy to move by yourself.
Alright, so I've forgotten what the note said.
La Fleur Provence. Hamish Bite. Coco, this is the Lester Rarla Rebecca Goulash. In this dark hole lies Charles. Here lies the Odnarb family. Evidently, they were well respected to have their own area.
Yeah, it's this one.
You have no...
I think. Okay, it's not that one. I tried to dig on the odd knob,
Become acquainted with your...
but instead I dug on the little cross next to it. I thought it was that one, but is it something else? I'll know it when I see it.
Bridget Lyot O. Larman Odnarb.
Okay, it's gotta be that one, surely.
Larman Odnarb, 1175 to 1200. Dear old Larman was a healer, cured many a deadly fever. One he caught that bitter day, healed not himself and passed away. Here, Roust Odide.
Yep, that's the one I dug up. Okay, let's try this one. Once again, we are just grave robbing.
You stop digging when your shovel hits something hard. There is a freshly dug hole.
Similar image.
These bones have... There is a tin box here. The casket...
Exactly the same.
With bated breath, you open the box. There it is. The tiara.
Tiara, dude. I shouldn't complain. We can pick it up, but getting back to the castle is going to be an ordeal. I can see that already.
In this tin box rests a brilliant tiara rimmed with blue sapphires. As you retrieve the tiara from its final resting place, you let out a loud, relieved sigh. You feel as if the coming sunrise will be the most glorious sight you will ever behold, considering how close you were to never seeing another again.
We're not out of this yet.
Don't delay. You still have to get it back to the castle.
Exactly.
You freeze as a wolf's howl sends shivers down your spine. You force yourself to turn and face... nothing. Your anxiety must be causing you to hear things.
No, we're dead in about 10 seconds. Can I hide in here?
You have about as much in...
No. Is the church now populated? No. What about the front of the church? Oh, hell.
Without warning, a wolf darts out of the dark forest and dashes towards you, and this time it's running directly at you.
They look so friendly, though. Can I pat the wolves? Also, once again, I've not forgotten about that baby tree. I'm convinced I'm missing something there. I'll try feeding it the potion of youth. Now, what do I do with the potion of youth full stop? Where am I going? Right, so I do not recall how I did this successfully. I don't believe that's the first south. I think this here is the first south. So it's south, east, west, south. This looks very wrong.
You feel the poisonous water.
So, south, east and west, south, east, south, west, west again, north, and then west. There we go.
Something is wrong here. There is no boat, no boatman, and...
That's an issue.
no escape. The monk and his pack have tracked you here, and they clearly intend to do nothing less than rip you to pieces. If you're going to do something, now would be a very good time.
Let me start by ensuring that was already down. Holy crap. I'm so sorry, everyone. The boat is missing. What do we do?
Unless it tastes just like your flesh, the beast would not be interested.
What about food? Do you like food?
Unless it tastes... Unless it...
Can I talk to you?
The monk is now quite fearsome to behold. All of his previous gentle mannerisms have been washed away by the stark light of the full moon. The wolves have tracked you down and are ready to make the kill. Pat the mutt, you think? Would a missing hand convince you otherwise?
We can't pat the wolves.
There's no way you could get near enough to the beast without it tearing you to pieces. Ask questions later. He's more likely to chat after he's torn you to shreds.
Can we stand and fight?
Perhaps a long-range strategy is called for. Unless it takes... While hypnotizing the beast might buy you some time, it will not help you escape from your current predicament.
A long-range strategy.
Unless...
Don't know what that could be.
Unfortunately, not a strong enough light penetrates through the swamp to use the emerald here.
Damn.
Unless...
Jesus.
Oh, for howling out loud.
Don't know what to do here.
The boatman will retie the boat to the rope. You don't have to worry about it.
A long-range strategy, huh?
Unless...
A long-range strategy. Nothing strikes me here as useful. Silver key, werewolf, no. Short of trying every single object here, I don't know what to do.
Nothing. You don't want... You don't want to chop up your net, nor do you wish to have your sword tangled up in it. The string would fray too easily if you did that.
There's a surprising amount of interaction here. We wiped a sword.
You wipe your sword with the cloth.
That's been used as someone's snot rag.
The gem of nature cannot be damaged. You slice a sliver of ham for yourself and chew on it until your hunger is satisfied.
Wow, okay.
Nothing. You cannot insert that into the reed.
Okay.
Legend would have tell that the coins of the magic chest and your sword share the same origin. Nothing. Attempting to pry it open may well cause damage to the bindings and jam it shut permanently.
It's already opened.
Nothing.
Okay, the reed gave me something unique here, and we can grab a reed right now, so maybe what I need to do is combine the reed with something.
Nothing.
But I would not have a clue was.
Try that the other way around, Graham.
There we go.
The silver needle fits perfectly into the end of the hollow reed, making a sturdy pea shooter. However, the needle by itself is not dangerous enough to make it a lethal projectile.
Don't try this at home, kids. Alright, I need to use this with something else.
Save it for when you really need it.
It's not lethal, but can I combine it with something to make it lethal?
Save it.
Okay, maybe I am just incapacitating him for now.
You have a pea shooter. The needle does not look like it would deliver much damage.
But is it enough?
The silver needle hits the werewolf, but fails to do any harm.
Right.
You'll need more than silver alone to defeat this pack of wolves.
Making progress.
The silver... Nothing.
We can't use that with anything else? What if I try firing the pea shooter at one of the wolves rather than the chief werewolf?
The silver needle hits the wolf, but fails to cause it any harm. You'll need more than silver alone.
Can I dip it into the poison behind me? Yes.
Very carefully, you bend down and soak the tip of the needle in the foul, toxic water. You now have a deadly weapon.
You asked for it, dude.
I see you have met the Brotherhood of the Pack.
Where were you?
Detained. A man who had assumed your appearance boarded my boat.
Oh shit.
When we reached the other side, I perceived the flaws of his disguise and dispatched him instantly.
Okay, never mind.
The Count has been wary of the Brotherhood of the Pack for many years now. In obtaining what he asked for and ridding this land of their leader, you have served him doubly well this night.
Making good progress.
The shrouded ghoul paddles across the toxic lake to the shore on the other side. You re-enter the huge wooden doors and quickly make your way to the castle's main dining room. As expected, you find the Count and Countess awaiting you.
You have performed admirably. Not only have you found the tiara I sought, you have rid me and this land of the deceptive and secretive Brotherhood of the Pack. They have committed many atrocities against my family, such as the deaths of our son and daughter-in-law. I have been forced to remain secluded all these years, unable to serve my homeland as I should, to evade the relentless pursuit of wiping out my entire family line.
Is the Brotherhood really gone? Some of those wolves escaped.
I have no
The
leader.
rest of the pack followed the wolves that ambushed you. However, without their leader, they will find themselves as lost in mind as they are now in body. Whether human, wolf, or any other form, their hastened passage through my swamp will not see a return to their den. Of that I can assure you.
You have trapped them all in the swamp? The entire pack?
An endless flight through the mire awaits them. Should my long-stilled heart ever feel pity again, perhaps one day I shall free them.
As you listen to the Count's cold, unforgiving tone, you thank your lucky stars that he no longer sees you as a threat, at least not for the time being.
I release you from my service, dear king. The nearing dawn no longer signifies an uncertain future for you.
You take the death gem. Finally, you have all 3 stones in your possession. You feel a pang of anticipation as you realize that all you need to do now is take them to the door of destiny.
We have the final gem.
It is a slightly luminescent red stone about the size of your palm. The Countess is a slender... The Count...
You said you were the former Lord of Kalima?
Yes.
When did you abdicate?
I didn't, as such. When I became what I am now, ruling this realm lost all meaning to me. All that mattered was the well-being of my dearest treasure.
You flatter me.
It is well deserved. All that mattered to me was her safety. I concerned myself with little else.
And now?
I have recently given thought to... But no, it is a foolish notion to entertain. The people would never accept me as I am now.
Very true.
Your statue in the town still stands. The people obviously hold you in high regard even after all the years of your absence.
Perhaps. However, my concern right now is the safety of my family. I have taken steps to ensure that they are better protected from our enemies.
The Count has nothing more to say to you at the moment. The Countess has nothing more to say to you at the moment.
There's 2 things I want to do before I go to the Door of Destiny. The first is I want to check out this coffin again.
I wish you the best, dear king.
A word of advice, King Graham. Once you have found the lady you seek, protect her with all your strength. Never leave her side, and place no importance above that of her well-being. Give your life for hers if it should ever come to that. Love can last an eternity, but your loved one can be lost in an instant. Heed those words, my king, and farewell.
You know what? The vampires, including one that we immediately killed when we saw them in the EGA version, they're quite decent people.
You peer. There is...
Is there nothing I can do with that coffin?
You can't... You can't...
Alright, fine.
There is...
So, 2 things I wanted to look at. That was the first. The second one is the Kalima Library. What am I doing there? How do I sign this damn library card? Look at our score. We're missing 41 points. We've got to go through the door and maybe solve a puzzle or two on the enchanted island or whatever it's called in the enchanted land. But we're not far off. Anastasia / Possum is nowhere to be seen. Is she up here at all? Nope. Once again, the process of getting the gem or the key is very different, isn't it? We got the first one by going under the sea. We got the second one by going through that huge sequence up in the clouds and the flashbacks and whatnot. And the third one, we have to actually do a bunch of stuff for the count. It's not as simple as just murdering him and grabbing the key out of the coffin.
You climb back into...
Agatha? Any day now? I'm not clicking the mouse.
He did what?
Well, it would appear that our Count's loyalty was to be questioned after all. Kaldor has decided to leave us, now that he again has his wife at his side.
No one has ever left my service before.
Yes, Father, it is most regrettable.
It is unthinkable!
Yes, Father, it is quite unthinkable.
He's not happy.
It is up to you then, Sister Agatha.
Yes, Father, it is, pardon?
You will have to deal with it yourself. If Graham dies abroad, the crown will pass to me.
Really?
And with it, the item will be known to me at long last.
Father, are you sure? It is an ancient legend.
It does exist, and I will find it. Do you hear me, Agatha? Graham is not to return to Daventry alive.
The crown will pass to this guy if we die?
The swamp seems a bit lighter than the last time you were here, and some of the heavy mist has lifted. Day must be dawning.
If that's the case, then we must know who the father is. Or you'd think the Daventry populace must know who the father is, because if he's next in line for the crown... I don't get that.
The castle looks... The shrine... The boatman has nothing more to say.
Thank you for your service. That's super bizarre. Also, wow, this swamp actually looks half decent now. If I go back this way, does it still look like death? It does. Okay, fine. We've made it out here alive, but Agatha is now after us perhaps. So let's just walk in front of her cave. Still can't go inside. Let's see if we can go to town. I'm thinking Agatha is going to ambush us in the Enchanted Land. The Door of Destiny did mention that there was a final obstacle there that we needed to deal with. I can't imagine it would be the lion and the ham thing, but it could be. But I've got a suspicion Agatha is going to say hello to us. I should have made a save before taking that path. Is the town closed? It is not.
You do not want to go back in there.
Right, we have another opportunity here. What the hell am I doing with you? Can I bribe you?
The librarian. The lib... 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 The lib...
We can't hypnotize her.
The lib...
We can't murder her.
You cannot be serious.
I'm deadly serious.
A rather plump and stern-looking woman is seated behind the desk. Every so often, she glances away and appears to lose her train of thought.
Can I pick it up when she glances away?
You quickly grab the quill while the librarian isn't looking.
Damn
and
it.
sign your name on the blank library card. You replace the quill before the librarian notices it missing.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
A rather plump and stern-looking woman is seated behind the desk.
As soon as I read that line, I'm like, oh god, that's the solution, isn't it? Alright, I have a library card.
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
I see.
So, what do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
Oh,
Not a good...
Yes?
could you recommend a good book?
There.
The librarian has placed the book on the desk for you to read. Thoughtful, isn't she? This book is entitled The Annual Book of General Knowledge. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Did you know eating certain types of fish has remarkable transformative effects? Eating white snake allows communication with the natural and animal world. Cookies make good camouflage. The rumor about unicorns and who can see them is not true. Mixing animal hair in lotions and potions can cause intriguing side effects. Goats are the natural enemies of trolls. Ones are like pets. Life is like a box of chocolates. Some worlds were created perfectly by the gods, while others were left to be recreated. Fairy dust loses its effectiveness with age. A wise man reads the lines in the sand for direction. All you need is love. Is any of this useful? I mean, I imagine these are references to other things in the King's Quest series, such as goats being the natural enemies of trolls. A wise man reads the lines in the sand.
This...
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
No?
No.
I'm sorry?
No. You have read every last one of our good books. The only other title you may find vaguely interesting is this one.
The librarian points to the book sitting on her desk. It is entitled The Annual Book of General Knowledge. This... To consume a book does imply a literal definition.
Are you sure there are no more good books?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
You think the library... You would...
I think that's all we're getting out of this.
Not a...
I do question whether any of those are a puzzle solution here, but none of those jumped out at me. Apart from that bit about the fish, perhaps, but we would have to catch a fish. And that is not happening. Let me just go back to the church and see if anything has changed. But I imagine they locked the door behind them.
You have no reason to go back inside the church.
Okay, never mind. The only other thing that's bugging me, before I go rise and cross the bridge, is this thing.
A healthy baby tree grows near the spring.
Why is this here? What is its purpose?
You can't...
Also that, what do we use that on? I can't think of anything that we haven't tried.
You throw one of the...
Nothing strikes me as being useful here. Okay. Let's move on. Is the bridge going to...
You have just discovered...
I'll try that sentence again in just a moment.
To the... It...
Let's try again. Is the bridge going to collapse or is Hagatha going to make her appearance?
Oh no! The plank you stepped on was a trap. Your leg passed right through it, and now you are very, very stuck. Try as you might, you cannot dislodge yourself.
That's a yes.
You hear a noise. Someone or something is approaching you from behind.
And also a yes. No, the dwarf.
You there! Can you... Wait a minute. I know you. You're that thieving little pest who used to reside in Daventry.
Yes. How kind of you to recognize me.
And just what are you doing here in Kalima?
Oh, this and that. At the moment, I'm getting my own back.
I beg your pardon?
Imagine my surprise when, having come home from a hard day's work,
Mugging, you mean?
I find that my treasure had been robbed and my food stolen.
Are you claiming either were yours to begin with?
I went a bit hungry yesterday, but I'm willing to forgive. I happen to know that you're carrying some most expensive items, including that which you stole from me. I give you a choice. Either you hand over some treasure, or I start cutting. I've already had a go at the ropes on the other side, so should you survive the impact once I have cut both ends here, I doubt the remainder will hold your dangling weight. Oh yes. You could start it by throwing me those lovely gems you're carrying.
No, we need those gems, dude. They are plot-critical items. Oof, alright. I could toss him the brooch maybe, I could toss him some coins. Can I toss him the potion?
Keep that to yourself, Graham. The despicable little man has a mischievous grin on his face.
Does he know who we are?
You wouldn't throw him as far as you can trust him.
I mean it, mister. Hand over those gems or I'll cut. I mean it, mister. Hand over those gems or I'll cut this bridge down.
Apologies for that. Can I hypnotize you?
Keep that...
Can I toss you my library card?
Even if you had survived that, you now have no means of crossing to the other side. Your destiny is out of reach.
We need to be quick here. The net?
Keep that...
The sword?
You're stuck. You can't reach your sword at the moment. Besides, the dwarf is out of attack range.
It's our turn. We can move 9 meters.
Keep that...
Thank you kindly. Now, those gems, please.
We lose a point for that.
Thank you kindly. Now, those gems, please.
We lose another point for that. What about that gem?
Keep that...
No. What about the wedding band? Bro.
Even if you had survived...
I think we're giving him the gems.
Keep that...
Okay.
Thank you kindly. Be seeing you.
You think giving away your only means of opening the door of destiny is the answer? In that case, there's this really nice bridge.
Right, but what else do we do?
It feels stable enough. The air... A bridge forms the old rope is threadbare. It is of no use to you. Seeing as how you may wish to cross that bridge, it feels stable enough, unless you intend on Be careful, Graham. Be careful. Seeing as how... Be careful, Graham. Any sudden movements might cause the bridge to fall.
What's the answer here?
Brandishing your sword...
I don't know what the answer is.
Keep that...
He's reacting so quickly.
Even if you had survived that, you now have no means.
Okay. Can I use something on the bridge to save myself?
Brandishing your sword. Brandish.
I don't suppose there's any way of evading this trap.
You can't.
Nothing strikes me as being useful here.
You can't drink the youth potion at the moment.
Probably for the best.
You throw one of the. You throw one.
What if I toss a gem?
Throwing that away.
No.
While throwing your precious gems to the other side is a good idea, you do not want to part with them unless you can be sure to keep them all together.
Can I combine them?
Nothing. You wrap your gems up tight in the cloth.
You fool!
Now, if you want your treasure, then you help me.
Not a chance. I'm not coming anywhere near you.
Fine, then you stay where you are, and the treasure stays over there.
It seems that your ultimatum has caused a conflict of interest for the dwarf. While he does not want to help you, his greed is demanding to be immediately satisfied. Having nothing else to do at present, you muse that kleptomania might be an inherent quality in dwarves in general. Then you notice the fraying ropes on the mountain end of the bridge. They are unraveling. He really did have a go at them earlier.
In other words, we need to go now.
Be careful, Graham. You can't reach them.
How do I move?
The bridge spanning the chasm. Hey, control yourself. You might have children someday, and they won't benefit from a father with embarrassing habits.
Come on, narrator.
Well?
I might just leave you there. Wait until you die, and then come back. You will not be a problem to me when you are dead.
By which time the bridge will have fallen. You have done a good job on those ropes over there.
While muttering something inaudible, the dwarf throws you his knife. You catch it deftly, realizing that whatever you're going to do, you'd better do it fast.
Can I kill the dwarf?
You can't. You can't. This particular dagger's edge is sharp, but the tip is very blunt. It would not make an effective throwing weapon. Even if you had survived that, you can't use that there. You begin cutting the exposed support rope.
What are you doing? You're crazy!
As each rope gives way to your onslaught, you hold on tight and brace yourself for the inevitable.
Can't move the cursor.
Upon impact, the collision shatters the plank that held your leg in place, and you're again free to move. You also discover that your entire body really hurts now. There's no need to...
Go.
Be careful, Graham.
Go, go, go.
You've made it to the other side safely. Of course, you have no way of getting back. Not that it concerns you at this point.
You could at least give me back my knife. No!
It serves you right for stealing from Daventry's magic chest.
Was that the same dwarf who gave the roots to the queen? Because if so, he deserves a lot more than that. That was a fun little sequence. I thought it was going to be Hagatha behind us, but no, it was just the sodding dwarf.
The gems of nature are safely wrapped in a cloth bag.
Yeah, the moment it gave a different prompt for the other side, that's where I thought, let's start combining some items and see what happens. We just have to wrap them in the cloth. I don't know where King Graham got the string from, but that is the thing apparently. Alright, I don't think there's anything else we can do now. Other than approach the Door of Destiny.
The Door of Destiny now bears 3 indentations, each in the shape of identical-sized gems.
And plug the gems in.
Touching the Door of Destiny further will not aid you. It has stated what it requires before it can open. You had best venture forth and collect the gems.
That's a nod. Venture forth.
The Door of Destiny has nothing more to say.
But we do not need to gather a party.
The gems must be separated before they'll fit into the indentations on the stone door.
Really?
You unwrap the gems from the cloth.
Yeah, where did we get the string from? You're seriously telling me we're stuck on a bridge like that, hanging on for dear life, and we got enough time to wrap these up into a cloth, tie it with a bit of rope, and then toss it safely to the other side? I do not buy it. That rumble.
You push the gem firmly into the indentation.
We're going to get that 3 times.
Birth, growth, death. The cycle of this life is complete, now and forever. Speak, and my purpose is thus fulfilled. My passage to the next world may begin at long last.
Then, if you please, I would bid thee open.
As you wish, but a word of caution. As you enter, know in your heart which destiny you truly desire.
These are some fantastic choices. I assume we're going to the Tower Realm, because that's what we saw, but I can't pass this up.
You have opted to leave your galaxy in favor of another. Enjoy yourself, space jockey.
How did they get permission to use that? This is not on my channel, unfortunately. This is from the Space Quest 1 VGA remake. This is official. It's the very start of the game. Oh, I love that. That's great. Alright, I need to try all the other options. I'm sorry, I'm going to be here a while. I'll cut in.
But a word of caution. As you enter, know in your heart which destiny you truly desire.
I can't skip this. I need to sit through that conversation every single time. I'll be cutting all of this out, but know that I'm suffering for this. The Metro Realm, where is that? Metro? Really?
You have opted to spend the rest of your life in the most uncivilized world you can conceive.
That's a terrible thing to say about living in California. Jesus. That's a VGA remake of Police Quest 1, and you can definitely find that on my channel. I found it very enjoyable. The Past Realm, EGA?
You have often wanted to go back into your past and try things differently. Enjoy the next year, Graham. You've lived it all before.
I would have preferred the EGA version, but you know what? That is a very good consolation prize. Okay, look. The next one... Look, I'll just say it. If you're offended by sexual content, please close your eyes and close your ears for the next 30 seconds or so. Because, yeah, I know exactly where this is going to take us, and I've never actually played this game. I've played the EGA version, obviously, but not this one. Oh, that face.
Now this is the life, a world of wine, women, and a quaint little term called precautions.
We are never playing that game on this channel. The Future Realm. So, the past took us back to King's Quest 1 VGA. I'm thinking this may either take us to King's Quest 3 VGA, King's Quest 5, or Space Quest 12. What's it going to be?
You have opted to skip a large part of your life, eager to get it over with?
I don't recognize that. So I'm assuming that is from the King's Quest 3 VGA remake, which is 2 games in line from now. We're playing the King's Quest 3 EGA version first, and then the VGA version, and I'm assuming that screen is from the VGA remake. One more time.
Death, the cycle of this life is complete, now and forever. Speak, and my purpose is thus fulfilled. My passage to the next world may begin at long last.
Then, if you please, I would bid thee open.
As you wish, but a word of caution. As you enter, know in your heart which destiny you truly desire.
I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of disappointed we didn't get a Shadowhunter realm. That was fun. I'm kind of surprised I got permission to use the Space Quest VGA and the Police Quest 1 VGA and the Leisure Suit Larry VGA graphics. I mean, I know they're cozy with Sierra's publisher and they've got permissions to do it, but all the same, I'm very surprised and impressed by that. And that was a fun little version. Thank you. Okay, so see, unlike the EGA version, this looks beautiful. The music is helping.
The sand on the sparkling beach is a deep blue. The blazing light from the topaz sky dances across it. Cliffs tower above the beach. The sky above the surreal world is a brilliant orange. You realize with a start that there doesn't appear to be a sun anywhere in sight. In which case, where is the light coming from?
So many game developers are speaking to us right now.
Although the water looks calm on the surface, there are dangerous undercurrents at work here. Bright blue rocks prevent further passage north.
Lavender or lilac?
Magenta water gushes from an opening in the cliff face, like strawberry wine being poured from a cask. The blue cliffs towering above the beach are totally unclimbable. The sky, the sky, the sand.
I want a general look prompt.
Bright blue rocks prevent further passage south.
But I'm not going to get it, am I? Can I touch the sand?
You feel no wind, not even the slightest breeze. This is very strange indeed.
So if Hagatha imprisoned Valenicia, why is this place so beautiful? Not Valenice. Let's just go with Ireland.
You thought the mountainside in Kalima was unclimbable. That would seem easy now in comparison to climbing this. You have no need to carry water. You attempt to remain afloat in the unusual water. However, due to its salt content and strong undercurrent, you sink and sink and sink. The undercurrent pulls you under. The last thing you see are your hopes rising to the surface.
Alright, do we have the same solution here? Throw the net?
You retrieve the empty net. You don't seem to be able to catch anything at the moment.
Is this the same? We just need to keep doing it until it works. Or until the fish comes through, in which case it's a timing thing. There we go, never mind.
You cast the net into the tranquil sea. Upon retrieving it, you see that you have caught a large golden fish. It falls from the net and flops helplessly on the beach. The large fish is covered with shimmering golden scales. Its graceful fins and tail are almost translucent. Right now, the beautiful fish is writhing in agony.
That's straight out of the original.
The fish gasps for air. If it does have anything to say, it cannot speak right now. You grab the flopping fish. Its mouth is wide open and its gills are extended. With great difficulty, you hold the fish as it twists and turns in your hands.
We're still wrestling with it. Okay.
You toss the fish back into the tranquil sea.
I didn't get an icon for it. I just need to click there.
Thank you for not killing me. For your kindness, I will gladly take you across to the other side of this vast sea.
Oh, that mouth animation. I don't like it. Yeah, I thought it was a bit weird that we catch the fish with the intent of killing it, and then we toss it back and they're like, yeah, okay, we're chill now, I'll take you across the ocean.
The beautiful golden fish is awaiting you to climb on its back.
Come, grab hold of my fins and I will take you across this ocean.
Are you Hagatha in disguise?
Come.
You carefully lower yourself down the steep embankment and slide onto the fish's scaly back. You hold on tight as the fish swims far out to sea.